She said that American soccer fans, most of them aren't smart. They don't know the game. They don't understand.
Gio.
That guy Gazpacho.
Sports can take a lame gorilla, okay?
Advice, did you know that Arsenal died?
He's got me buzzing.
Up the talkies. It's hard to up them anyway.
I'm not even gonna comment on that.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Footy with the Boys. It is your resident Gooner here, Nico, with the wonderful Tracy over in Michigan. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Taking the role as the City fan today. It feels dirty. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, honestly, it makes you feel a little bit like a prostitute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just money. That's all it is.
Oil money is just leaving a stick on me.
Nasty. Well, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you our combined Arsenal City 11 for the big matchup this weekend. Arsenal looking to stay top of the table. Man City looking to reassert their dominance. And we thought, what better way to prepare ourselves for this game than a combined starting 11? So here's how it's going to work. We're going to introduce a couple players, debate them, and some way, somehow, Producer P is the tiebreaker vote today. So if Trace and I can't agree, we're relying on Producer P.
Dude, I know ball. Did you see my team? Did you see my draft team?
We did. You had Holland in
We're
there.
We're not gonna be able to decide between like Martinelli and Doku, and he's gonna say Neto, and the whole thing will be fucked. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it, and we start in between the posts, that number one spot. I'm going David Raya.
I thought this was one you might concede, Nick, to be honest with you. I think Ederson's the clear choice, and I thought you would see it. I don't think David Raya has a real shot, to be honest with you.
Okay, hear me out. Okay. We have seen the excellence of David Raya this year. He had a rough first month, but he started every single game in the Premier League for us since he's gotten here, minus the Brentford games. And how have those Brentford games looked without him? It's been shaky. Part of that is Ramsdale being horrible, but also part of that is just David Raya is incredibly calm on the ball, incredibly good with his feet. I argue that he's better than Ederson with his feet. I really think so. And the thing that surprised me most about him that I didn't know a ton is just the way he controls the box in the air, bro. He claims everything for being like 6'1" or whatever he is. So I think he's incredibly impressive. Ederson, I think maybe getting by on reputation. He's been injured. Ortega stepped in, and you can't even really tell the difference. So I'm sticking with David Raya.
It's a fair argument. I think David Raya is most clean sheets in the league. I think he's a great keeper. Can't say anything otherwise. He stepped up big for you guys, adjusted well. I don't think your mention of Stefan Ortega is a knock on Ederson. I just think he's a really good understudy, quality keeper. Ederson, all the things you mentioned about David Raya, I think Ederson's just better at. As a ball player, he finds passes that David Raya is incapable of finding. I think he's the best.
That's just not true. You don't know ball. You don't know ball. You don't watch.
The passes he can play over top, his possession, the pass completion, it's all better. I think he's a better shot stopper. Yeah, he is more risky. He's got a bigger ego to him. He'll gamble on passes. He'll gamble on coming out of the box. But I think those are things that does make him a bigger personality, better keeper. I think it's comfortably so.
There have been multiple times this season where David Raya has played balls that have led directly to goals. Ederson, multiple times this year, is booting balls that you understand the idea, and Ederson of a couple years ago makes it, but it's just going to no one. So I'm sticking with David Raya. I don't go fuck with
yeah, I expect you to stick with your guns, dude. You're defending your player, but dude, yeah, in no world is David Raya a better keeper in any team, dude. There's just no chance.
All right, listen, I will say, you know me, I'm a throwback, a bit of a throwback defender, a bit of a throwback traditionalist when it comes to certain aspects of football, not the offside rule. Fuck the offside rule. But I do think the goalkeeper's most important job is shot stopping. I think Raya's better with the ball at his feet, but Ederson is a better shot stopper. So I'm okay conceding here. Remember this. Remember I conceded here.
I remember that.
Remember,
Bonus
I conceded here.
brownie points to you. Brownie points.
I'll put
I don't think
Edison.
it's
That's
much
fine.
of a concession. I think you just kind of realized who the better
No.
goalkeeper is.
We'll find out. We'll find out this week, bro. What happened the last time they played? Ederson let one in. Raya didn't. There you go.
True. Big deflection, but yes, you're right. Where we happen to next, Nick? We going left? We going right?
You show us. Take us where you want.
I think we hop over to left back because I think it's a hard one to pick. I don't think there's a phenomenal player at this position. Good players for sure, but there's not a cut and dry pick here. You want me to give my name, or would you like to start?
Go for it.
I'm going to put Nathan Ake here. Not a true left back, but he's played there quite a bit this season. He's a great defender. He's pretty comfortable on the ball. He doesn't do anything phenomenal going forward, but the way City plays, he can recycle plays. He's comfortable taking it out of the air, and he can cover well. He's not the furthest fullback in most situations, but he can slide over and he can play like a center back. I like him as an option.
I'm okay putting Ake there. I don't hate that. Honestly, I think the other shot would be Akanji. If Tomiyasu was healthy the whole season, he was playing great at left back. Zinchenko sucks. That guy, I mean,
That season, yeah.
I'm so sick of him. Kivier's been great, but it's been like 6 games. Timber would be him if he was healthy all year. So
I think so.
I'm okay with Ake. I actually think Akanji, though, could deserve the shout. They've both played that left back role. I think Akanji's a better, like, physically, he's better a 1v1 defender. Ake is more consistent. Akanji can make some mistakes, but like when you have to lock down, Akanji did a great job on a lot of these wingers throughout the year, including on Jesus when we met last time. Saka was out, if you remember. So I wouldn't hate Manuel Akanji there. He also played well against Saka last year. But if you prefer Ake, I'll let you make that choice.
I do. I think we'll go with Ake just because he plays there more often. I think Akanji's a fine shout. He's just utilized in the center of the park more often.
All right.
Yep.
Sweet. Then we go to the left-sided center back position. From here on out, I'm just not budging on anyone. We are taking the man himself, second best center back in the league this year. Shouts for best center back in the year. I'm going Gabriel from the Arsenal. I don't think there's that much competition here. What are your thoughts, Trace?
Who is your number one center back on the year? Can I ask that to get some clarity on who your other player might be?
I think it's Van Dijk.
Okay.
He's been incredibly impressive and a big part. He's been consistently there for that middle of the park, which has had a lot of injuries. So I'd say Van Dijk, but Gabriel I think has played better. It's just that Van Dijk has been more important to his team. So yeah.
It's hard to argue against Gabriel. He has been phenomenal. He is a great player in the air, in possession, going forward, physically. Any other year, I'd argue for Ruben Diaz here, because I think he is class, world class on his day. A little bit of an off season, not been as good. I think he's a better passer than Gabriel still, but I'm willing to concede. I'll just give it to you. I'll give it to Gabriel because I think he's had an awesome season. He's one of my favorite center backs to watch. Yeah, what a baller.
He is what a center back should be. Hard-nosed for the fight every single time. Solid in the air. Always making tackles. I mean, he is not afraid to stick his foot in. Part of the game plan when we played Liverpool in the first meeting was he was the one being isolated on Mohamed Salah. And for him to be able to do something like that is incredible. I think it speaks to how good of a year he's having. So I think it's the no-brainer.
Yep. I'll agree with that. Should we hop over to right center back?
Yep.
Yeah, I know I'm supposed to be repping City here. Could think about John Stones. Don't think he's played enough this season. So it's got to be William Saliba. He's been one of the best center backs. You can make an argument he's been better than Gabriel. He's so composed. I don't know how this guy's, what is he, 22 years age? 22 years old?
That's turned 23.
Yeah. He plays like 28 or 29, 30. He plays like a veteran. He's that composed. He's a leader. He organizes the back line well, pairs up with Gabrielle. They complement each other. He makes all the passes. I think he's a complete player. And it's scary to think how much better he's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's having a good year. I think he was better last year, if I'm being honest. This past like month, he's looked a little shaky at moments, but still overall very, very good. And I mean, this center back partnership is the best in the Prem. For my money, I don't hate Van Dijk and Konate as a shout either, but I think these guys are best in the Prem, and I think they deserve to be the middle of this defense here.
I like your point about being a little bit shaky the past month or so. I think that's just another testament to the player he's been, because more often than not, you can't identify a single moment in a match where he put a foot wrong. And then when you see it once, you're like, oh, he's having an off game, but that's just the kind of level he's at consistently.
Yeah. Also, Didier Deschamps, by the way, did you see what he said? Talking about how he doesn't like what he does for the national team. He's like 4th in the pecking order.
That's insane. That's insane.
I don't get it at all.
They have quality center backs. They definitely have great players, and it's tough competition. But what has Dio Upamecano shown this year, or Lucas Hernandez? Varane's not even in the national team anymore. Like, come on, dude. That's crazy.
It's crazy. No.
Hop over to right back.
Right, well, then we're gonna head over to right back then. This is hard because I think Benny Blanco is the most underrated player in the Premier League. But I mean, it's got to be Kyle Walker, right?
Yeah, my money's on Kyle Walker. I think it's tight because Ben White's been so good this season. Defensively, he's amazing, but just what Kyle Walker offers, absolute speedster, tracks back, can get up the field, hasn't been overly prolific with assists and goal contributions this season, but he is an option. He passes the ball well, and he can beat defenders just with pure speed. So I think he's the best right back in either of these teams, probably still the best right back in the Premier League currently.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with Kyle Walker. Who are you thinking at a very hotly contested 6th spot?
Yeah, I got to put Rodri here. Declan Rice at the 6, amazing. Intent might have to fit him elsewhere in my team. But Rodri, dude doesn't lose games. When he's on the field, City gets results. Like, he is that much of a difference maker. He sets the tempo. He reminds me of Busquets a bit, not an identical player, but just the way he can slow down a match, speed up a match, break lines, get the ball wherever he is on the field, and sometimes even contribute in attack in a meaningful sense. I think he's just pure class. I really think he's the best 6 by a mile currently.
By a mile is insane. But if you're saying we're putting Dex at the 8,
sorry, we're talking about England.
God damn it! Get our street cred up in the streets in England. I think if you want to put him there, then there's no argument about the 8. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Declan Rice is a lock. Like,
all right, fine. Then we'll put Rodri at the 6. Let's put Declan Rice at the 8. Declan Rice has been absolutely phenomenal, worth every penny of 105 million British pounds this summer. He has transformed this Arsenal side from a team that was probably not ready for the moment last year to a team that looks like a serious title contender and that I trust significantly more. He not only has been incredible at anchoring the midfield, like we talked about in the 6 with, most of the season, he's anchored a midfield of Martin Odegaard and Kai Havertz. Odegaard and Havertz worked their socks off for Arsenal, but I mean, come on, they're not necessarily defensive presences. So for him to be able to do that for such a long amount of time, in such a short amount of time, not a lot of people play with just a lone 6 anymore. Usually there's a pivot. So that's incredible. And what he's been showing lately with Jorginho coming back into the side and playing at the 8 where we put him right now, phenomenal getting forward, breaks lines running, comes up with crucial goals, his Man U goal, the Luton goal. I mean, game winners we're talking about. So no-brainer, Declan Rice at the 8, currently one of my favorite Arsenal players, and it feels like he's going to go down as a legend.
I think you said it all. You included everything that makes him so great. I think he's been Arsenal's best player this season. for my eyes. And I think the flexibility that he shows playing the 6 and the 8 is huge. Going forward, he's a problem. I like to see him there for England potentially this summer. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that if you're Southgate. I think
No, too risky.
no, because you have to play Bellingham, and the only place that Foden fits is in the midfield, if you ask me.
I don't know.
So either Foden holds bench or it's Declan, Jude, and Foden. And if he does
Or
hold
Foden
bench,
goes
then
out
it's
left. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not really. I mean, what did he do over the international break? Like, he's not a
he had
winger.
a stinker.
He's just not.
Let's hop on to the 10. Let's stymie this England talk and get back to the good teams.
I don't give a shit what you say. It's Martin Odegaard. De Bruyne hasn't been here all season. He came back on fire, but it was like 3 games. Martin Odegaard has been incredible, especially since 2024 started. He's been carrying this team by the scruff of the neck, playing out of this world. I honestly don't give a shit what you say. You're not going to convince me that Kevin De Bruyne is going ahead of Martin Odegaard. He's been incredible. He's the club captain. He's consistently there, works his ass off out of possession, finds all the passes, produces all the magic moments. Kevin De Bruyne is class. He's not durable. And honestly, he doesn't have the same work rates as he used to. Martin Odegaard is the best 10 in the Premier League. Put away your stupid little smile. I don't give a shit what you have to say. We're putting Odegaard at the 10. Shut up.
Yeah, well said. But I don't have to convince you. That's not my job here. I have to convince a certain producer. That's my audience, and all of our lovely fans, of course. This is a combined 11. This is not a best team of the season. This is a combined 11 best player. Kevin De Bruyne has come back. He's firing once again. Goal contributions, assists, left and right, out his ass, out the wazoo. He's the best 10 in football. He's more skilled than Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard has had a great season, but he shows brilliances in flashes, and De Bruyne does it on a more consistent basis. His goal-scoring threat is more potent than Martin Odegaard, and yeah, maybe his work rate isn't the same as it used to be, but he's there to play the 10. He's there to be a creative link. He's there to be a difference maker, and he does that better than anybody in the league.
He has 1 goal this year.
Yeah, and how many matches has he started? 6?
10. He has 7 goals last year. I mean, Odegaard had 15.
Yeah. He's played in 9 matches and started 6 of them. Like, what are we doing?
I'm talking about last year, too. Last year, he had 7.
Okay.
Okay.
And how many does Odegaard have this season? 6?
He has 6 this year. He had 15 last year. De Bruyne is not. He hasn't. Saka's our pen taker.
I've seen Odegaard take a few.
With the penalty merchant. Saka's our pen taker, and Kai Havertz got 1 charity penalty at the start of the season. That's it. Okay. Odegaard is currently the better player. You're stuck on legacy. You're stuck on Man City being the champions. Right now, Martin Odegaard's better. Also, he is more skilled. He does way more manipulations of the ball. De Bruyne has better vision. Okay. That's what he has on Martin Odegaard. That's all he has.
Vision, final ball, shot, connection, unleashing a striker. Dude, he has all these things that make him a better player than Martin Odegaard. He takes corner kicks because he can play it on a dime. You just said the
same thing 3 times. It's not the same thing.
Tweaks.
Also, De Bruyne is pulling in Erling Haaland. Martin Odegaard has been working with Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz, who were good, but they're not the best. I mean, are they even top 10 9s in the world? I don't think so. So I don't know. It has to be Martin Odegaard here. Look at the table. Who's up top? Got it. Arsenal's up top. Got it. Okay, cool. Got it. Okay, cool. Arsenal's up top. Got it. All right, cool. Dude. And who is the captain of the best team in the league? Martin Odegaard. It is Martin Odegaard who deserves to be in the starting 11.
Okay. I mean, you're not going to budge, but I don't need you to budge once again.
I promise you I'm not going to budge.
Palmer's going to ride with me because he knows ball. It's De Bruyne. It's De Bruyne today. It's De Bruyne tomorrow. It's De Bruyne next week.
I mean,
I've
got to make my pick based on the fact that when we were doing our drafts, the number 1 overall pick was De Bruyne. and it
it was Holland. It was you.
Well, yeah. Well, I picked Holland, but you guys all asked me, was Holland and De Bruyne in the top on your algorithm? Because you guys thought I was using an algorithm, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
How can you not take into consideration this season when we're doing a combined 11? How can you not do that?
We are taking into consideration, but we're also taking into
Odegaard's
consideration the fact
miles
that
clear this season.
De Bruyne has played a handful of matches and he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, he has played a handful of matches, and because of that, Odegaard's been miles clear.
Okay. I don't think sample size makes him a better player just on that alone.
How sample size not make him a better player? Of course it does. If not, then Jurrien Timber should also be the left back because he's the best left back out of all these rosters.
He hasn't played at all, though.
You're saying if you had De Bruyne and Odegaard on your team, you'd start Odegaard?
Yes. De Bruyne can't run anymore, bro. He doesn't run anymore. Does that not matter anymore? All he's there is just a stand?
I'm not convinced.
And
I will say.
Modern 10s. Modern 10s
behind him.
No, it's not. It's Martin Odegaard. This is all under protest. This is all under protest.
Sure,
I don't care about
this
anymore.
You're the
I don't care about this anymore. This is no longer sponsored by me. This starting 11 makes no sense. If you wanna look on YouTube, you wanna watch this video, we appreciate your views. We appreciate the clicks. This is all fake. It's all bullshit. None of it's real. We're not basing this off of football that's been played this year. A man who has played in 9 games is all of a sudden in our combined 11. No shot.
Odegaard or Rice? Let us know below. Sound off in the comments.
Shut up. Odegaard or Rice. Shut up. Oh my god. You clown. This is garbage. We have had the best midfield in the league all season, and we only have one representative here. It is ridiculous. This is such a casual take. This is such a casual take. You're just a not knower of ball. That's what you are. A not knower.
Man. Because you put De Bruyne in the team. Right. You put one of the best players in the world in the team. That makes you a non-knower of ball. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Snap back to reality and let's go to right wing.
Do you see that, Palmer?
I'm not taking whatever bait you're about to get.
Fucking casual. That's what it is. Casual over there.
I'll go put on a suit and tie, dude. I'll go black tux on this right now. I'll do it.
You clown. Right wing is Bukayo Saka. Argue with yourself.
No, you're right. Bukayo Saka is holding down that right flank all day. Great goal contributions. Fantastic player this season. Fantastic player the last couple of seasons. Needs to start in that England team on the right, in my opinion.
Number 9 is Kai Havertz. Argue with yourself.
Who starts on the England team?
Who scored? Who had a goal and assist or an assist last time we played? These two teams played. Not Holland. Holland got bodied by Saliba. That's what happened to Holland.
Yep.
Havertz had an assist. I
don't think Havertz was playing the forward at that moment, was he?
He was playing the forward. Yes, he was.
Okay. Well, it's Erling Haaland. Nick's playing funny over here, but best striker in the league. Most goals in the Premier League all time. Yeah, that's Erling Haaland.
All time?
In one season, excuse me. Not total goals, but yes.
I was like, there's no...
The one season goal record.
The fact that I believed you for a tenth of a second, that proves how insane this man is.
He scores a shit ton of goals, but no, he's not there yet. Alan Shearer is still safe.
Left wing, I want Martinelli.
This is where I differ, and this is where I put Phil Foden in because I think he needs to be in the team. That kind of creative player. I think you put Saka on the right just because that's where he can play best, and you don't see him move from that position all that often. I think Foden has a little bit more interchange when he goes center, off the right, and then you occasionally see him over on the left, but he doesn't have to play a true winger. He could drift in. I think he's just a much more talented player than Martinelli, has a lot more goal contributions, and links up with the midfield. So you get a midfield 4 out of it occasionally.
Got it. So we're just gonna fit him in.
Well, to an extent.
I mean, it's not his position, right? So we're just gonna fit him in.
We put Rice at the 8.
I mean, Rice is currently playing as the 8. He's going to play as the 8 on Sunday. So we're just going to fit Phil Foden in.
Phil Foden can play on the left, but he plays on the right for Man City.
So we're just going to fit Phil Foden in.
Yeah, if you have a clear
Okay, great. Then let's fit in Odegaard instead, because Odegaard is the better player. And if we're just going to randomly play players out of position, then I'll put Martin Odegaard at the. You're right. No Martinelli, Martin Odegaard starting at the left wing. If we're just putting players wherever. You know what? David Raya, left wing. Better with his feet.
That is insane. That's not what we're doing at all. Has Martin Odegaard ever played left wing? Like Phil Foden has.
Well, Phil Foden plays right wing or attacking mid. Odegaard plays attacking mid and also right wing. So there you go.
Okay. I mean, that's a fair argument. I think fitting Odegaard in the team, maybe we don't call him a left wing. Maybe we call it a diamond midfield or whatever the hell you want to say. He's got a shout for it. I think he's been pretty close to Phil Foden's level. I think they're pretty equivalent this season.
God. Okay, well then I mean, if Arsenal put up any sort of a fight on Sunday, like we're just the biggest overachievers. If Odegaard isn't anywhere near De Bruyne's level and is just worse than Phil Foden also.
We didn't say worse than
You
Phil Foden.
literally just
close.
said he's been close to Phil Foden's level.
Yeah, I think Phil Foden's a better player, but it's not by a huge margin. It's just a matter of preference, dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? I want give me Kai Havertz then. Also, we'll play him out of position. Fuck it. It's just anyone.
Which player are you taking? I've heard Martinelli, Odegaard, Kai Havertz. You can't nominate 3. There's one position left.
I can nominate whoever I want. Like you said, it's Palmer's choice. So it's my 3 versus your 1. You pick Palmer.
I'm sticking with Phil Foden if you were confused by all the names.
Okay. I mean, if you do have De Bruyne, he's supposed to be like the kind of backbone player, right? He's not necessarily attacking the goal. You said he was slow, right? So then you want someone.
Oh, he doesn't run, but his entire thing is offensive. He is nowhere.
Yeah, but you want someone that he can use offensively, not necessarily a midfielder. So wouldn't you just go Martinelli?
All right. Well, this is a great shout for Martinelli. Yeah, because he's right. Martinelli will run those channels all day.
That's my thought, and that's what I'm gonna go.
Shit on.
It's so poor. He didn't even make it one argument for Martinelli. He said his name, and then he lost his mind about Martin Odegaard for 5 minutes. And that's
I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I just shut you off for about
Martinelli's. He's a good player, but he's been shit for his standards this season. Like he has no contribution.
Give me another striker.
He's been better. He's been better than every left wing option. He's been better than Trossard. He's been better than Grealish. He's been better than Doku. He had a better year last year.
I nominated Phil Foden.
Yeah, he's not a left
those other guys. Oh my god,
Phil
he can play there. He plays there.
Is marked in
when does he play there? He does not play there.
City's roster.
I don't know. I don't know an exact date, but I could probably find one.
Got it.
He's
right.
at left wing.
I can give you some exact dates. Martinez played there every week.
This is crazy. This is such a bad take. This just tanks our roster right here.
No, what tanks our roster is Odegaard not in this combined 11. Ridiculous. But you know what? Left wing, put Martinelli / Odegaard.
I'm down to play it different. Let's put Odegaard there because I'd rather have Odegaard than Martinelli. And having Odegaard or Phil Foden really doesn't matter to me. I think it's both a quality player. Let's make it a midfield 4, though. Let's not have him at fucking left wing so we look like idiots, dude.
No, put De Bruyne at left wing and Odegaard at the 10.
Put De Bruyne as
I can change the formation.
9, like a second striker.
Put De Bruyne at left wing.
I can change it to a 4-4-2.
Just can you drag players?
Yeah.
So change that to Odegaard.
No, change that to De Bruyne.
Put him where De Bruyne is.
I'm not changing both.
Change it to De Bruyne and then change De Bruyne to Odegaard.
Hang on.
You can just change one.
Yeah, I just have to change
one. No, so he doesn't have to drag so much.
I would much rather drag than have to fucking look up these names again. Okay, where do you want these?
Wait, in parentheses.
And then put De Bruyne like right under Haaland or something.
No. Well, how you had it was good. Put Haaland a little left. There, that's good.
Yep. Yeah, I
All
like
right,
that a lot, actually.
and then put a C next to Odegaard's name in parentheses, please, as the captain of this combined 11.
Is that what we're doing?
You can
Yes.
have it. Yeah. I don't need an
Yeah.
argument over the captain.
Yeah.
We got
And
a big
then-
argument coming up here.
And then at the very bottom, put Mikel Arteta, manager.
That's the one I was talking about. It's tight between Pep and Mikel. I like giving it to Mikel this year, though. I've been more
Hell
impressed.
yes. Let's
I've
get
been more
some
impressed.
buzz.
Hang on, I need to add a text then.
I think Arsenal's had clearer identity. I like the different positions he's employed some players in where it wasn't super obvious. I think he's made do with the injuries he had, some major injuries, and got the most out of some players who I don't really think are at the Arsenal level. So
That's not a good one.
yeah, he's been a more impressive coach this season. And he got the best of Pep on the first match, so he's got a chance to really prove it here.
Attaboy, Mikel Arteta, the manager of our combined 11. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we are going with. Ederson, Man City's number 1 in between the six. Arsenal center back partnership stays in our combined 11 with Gabriel and Saliba. Kyle Walker, who will not be playing this weekend, is at least fit enough to make our combined 11. Nathan Ake over at left back. The 6 belongs to the best 6 in the world, Rodri himself. Rice at the right midfielder spot. Odegaard at the left midfielder spot with De Bruyne playing underneath a striker partnership of Erling Haaland and Bukayo Bloodclot Saka. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. Can't wait. Follow along on Twitter as we live tweet the Man City versus Arsenal game. I'll be in an Easter Sunday service doing so, but that is okay. We are committed to ball. Follow the Instagram, follow the Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube, drop a like. Sound off in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of our combined 11? What would you change? And why is Mike Tracy wrong about Odegaard versus De Bruyne?
Nick might be in an Easter Sunday service at a lovely, lovely church, but I'm going to be in the Devil's Lair, aka Everton fandom, watching this Man City Arsenal game, wishing I could support one of these teams, but it just didn't work out that way for me in life. So happy Sunday, happy Easter, up the toffs.
Peace.